a simple repair. I brought this in not too long ago, a month or so ago. I'm finally getting to it. Like I told him I would be. Finally getting to it. When I could. Get some time to work on it. And what I wanted to show was that, you know, these two mistakes were made. Actually, when the thing was made, I've already cut it up into sections so I could get the things and work on it. This was soldered onto the zinc. They didn't drill a hole in the top and put a screw eye in. They didn't drill a hole through here and put a ring in of any kind. They didn't put anything through it and then solder on top of that. This was soldered to the zinc itself. And it didn't fail because it was soldered onto zinc. You know, actually, it failed because they didn't solder to the zinc. There's a big difference between getting something to stick, okay, and it being soldered. Whoever had made this, I don't know if you can see this or not, these lumpy joints on the zinc itself, okay, that's really not a good bond. You know, I use a flux that I make called tinner fluid. It's muriatic acid with zinc dissolved in it, and you can't do that inside. You have to take it outside and you know, drop a few pieces of zinc into some muriatic acid. Does Alka-Seltzer, puts off a smoke that will kill you if you breathe it. But you wind up with a flux you can put on here, you know, and it solders to it and makes a nice, fairly smooth joint instead of these things. It failed. This came off. More than likely what might have happened was that even though this was soldered onto the zinc up here, okay, right here, okay, that maybe perhaps in addition to it was soldered onto, you know, the patina could have got up underneath it and caused a little corrosion and the whole thing let go. Plus, it was just hung on one loop. See, this is one chain, okay, and I told the client has two of them. So he wants it to kind of match. You know, and another window was to take this and clip it in half and hang it from two hooks instead of one. So this came off. It swung free off the loop, landed on the floor, and this is the damage that happened to it. So this is a simple repair. Get all the busted pieces out, recut, replace it, put it all back together, and put new zinc around it, and put correct hangers on it. So a simple repair. Of course, it could be worse, but it's really a simple repair. So I just wanted to kind of show that about soldering. I know there's another member in the groups that talks about how zinc stinks, but all of the examples that he's shown me, you know, it didn't fail because zinc was used. It failed because it wasn't engineered. It wasn't thought out enough. It was used. It was misused. Too much stress was put on it. You know, I'm in a historical town, as a lot of us are. We've had a few brick buildings collapse. You know, I don't blame the brick because the building collapsed. The building collapsed because of poor maintenance, poor engineering. Somebody worked on it and did something they shouldn't have. They left something out. They took something off. You know, they took the caps off or water got into the wall, you know, over a period of 50 or 100 years, you know, and the mortar gave way. Just wasn't meant to be used that way. So there we go. Thank you much. God bless. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.